and make my guide available to people everywhere. My ED Freedom System gives you the only 100% natural and drug-free way to eliminate your ED by addressing the real cause and not just treating the symptoms. I spent months turning that first guide I shared with my friends and colleagues into a comprehensive program that gives you everything you need to end your suffering and regain your manhood. From the various amino acids, enzymes, and proteins you need, when you need to take them, where you can find them, and more. The awesome thing is that, since the fundamental ingredients can be found in many different foods, you have lots of options, even when you're dining out, and nobody will ever know that you're fixing your ED the entire time. In addition, the ED Freedom System also allows you to adjust the formula to your unique situation. That means you can dial it up or down as needed and tune in the specific results you're looking for. Plus, it's totally natural, has zero side effects, and is 100% proven and guaranteed to work for you. When you combine the ED Freedom System with about $15 of everyday products you can find at the market, you'll have everything you need to begin to experience the kind of rock-hard erections you and your partner have been longing for. Best of all, once you use this life-changing program for even a short period of time, as little as 2 weeks, your blood vessels will begin relaxing naturally. That's right. You only need to follow the program for 14 days, and you have set yourself up for a lifetime of increased stamina, improved girth, and more satisfying on-demand erections. Picture how amazing it's going to feel to be able to get it up and keep it up whenever and for however long you want. No more fear of failing. No more worrying about it working. This is what's possible. Indeed, this is what 48,742 men have already begun experiencing firsthand for themselves. Men like Jeffrey Rogers from Franklin, Tennessee, who made my day with his email that reads, "Bill, I want to thank you for sharing your ED Freedom method with people. To come out there and share your story with guys around the world takes some guts. You seriously deserve an award for being so open with this issue, because guys these days tend to hide it from everyone. Here's a little bit about my story. I had gone about 6 months without an erection before I stumbled across your website while browsing online. This seems like a joke, but I tried so many ED pills, low T shots, and much more. You name it, I tried it. I even went to my doctor, who claimed I had a medical condition down there, and that was probably caused by aging. The only way to apparently fix this was to spend a fortune on surgery, which my insurance wouldn't cover. Then I came across your guide, and I'm glad I did. Within 3 days, I was getting what I'd call uncontrollable erections, and the rest is history. I now have no problem with performing in bed. I was at the stage where I thought I would never get an erection again, or enjoy being intimate with a woman like I did in my 20s. But everything changed. Your method was naturally relaxing blood vessels and allowing the blood to flow into my penis again. I just want to inform anyone out there who is undecided about your program to try it. I can promise you that you won't have any regrets. And there's also James Hall from Chicago, Illinois, who you might be able to relate to. I've never suffered from ED, and I'm in my late 50s. I guess you could say I was blessed in that department. My friend handed me a copy of your guide, and I wanted to try it out. You hear about these wonder methods all the time, so curiosity got the better of me. All I can say is, wow, I'm really glad I did try it out. There's what you'd call a normal erection, and there's an erection you can get from your plan. It was like I had just released a supercharged power source down there. In all my years of satisfying women, I can honestly say that since I've put your plan into action, I'm experiencing the best, fullest, firmest erections of my life. It's made sex much more enjoyable than it already was. I applaud you, Bill. Thanks. So, it's time to talk cost versus investment. Since the ED Freedom System is a breakthrough in ED technology that has already worked for 48,742 men, I'm sure you can appreciate why I initially considered pricing the program at between $200 and $400. If we're being really honest, that's still a lot less than you'd have to pay for a few months of Viagra, Cialis, or Levitra. But that doesn't include the long-term cost that the side effects of these drugs can cause. Is an erection really worth the heart failure, nervous disorders, hemorrhaging from your lungs, blood clots, seizures, vision loss, or acute depression that have been associated with these pills? I didn't think so. So why risk it? Why spend upwards of $2,000 a year to make yourself a guinea pig for products that are hit or miss at best and life-threatening at worst? Especially when you can take advantage of an all-natural ED therapy. that will only require you to spend an additional $15 at the grocery store to get the life-changing results I've shared with you here. When you think about it that way, spending under $500 for this miracle program, which is, by the way, about the cost of one low-T injection, seems entirely reasonable, doesn't it? Particularly when you learn that low testosterone is the culprit in only 5% of ED cases, and the injections come with a ton of their own risks that are compelling the FDA to consider banning the injections altogether. However, as much as I want to be fairly compensated, I also don't want to do anything that puts the ED freedom system out of the reach of men who really, really need it. It wasn't all that long ago that I was in your exact same position. The details of our stories might be different, but the feeling is still the same. The humiliation, the pain, the cold, sterile bedroom, the feeling of not being good enough, of not being a real man. I don't want any man to have to ever feel this again. And with the ED freedom system, you don't have to. And that's why I wouldn't feel right about charging $200 plus for the ED freedom system. I don't even want to charge you $100 for this life-changing program that has totally transformed the lives of more than 48,742 men just like you. So, when you act right now, and while this site is still up, I'm going to let you have the ED freedom system and everything it includes. The guide, the list of foods and compounds, the details of how, when, what, and why, all for a small one-time investment in yourself of only $39.95. Aren't you worth it? It's super easy to get started. Just click the Add to Cart button below. You'll be taken to my secure checkout page. Once you're on that page, you'll enter your details, hit Submit, and you'll gain immediate access to the ED Freedom System and everything it offers. Feel free to follow the program online, on your phone or tablet, or download the whole thing. You can even print it out and share it with your friends.